So the end of the global world order is ending. Algeria, along with I think Nicaragua, Argentina, Afghanistan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Thailand, Indonesia, a lot of countries are applying to join BRICS. They are not siding with America. Russia and China are getting unlikely allies, basically. So BRICS is basically Brazil, China, India, China. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Those are the five big countries. But these are the countries that are proposed to enter BRICS. Nicaragua, Argentina, Egypt, Algeria, Senegal, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Iran, Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, Thailand, and Indonesia are all asking to join BRICS. They're not asking to join NATO. They're not asking to join the EU or any of the alliances. We're seeing I'm surprised Syria isn't on this list, but this is the end of American domination. Because look at some of these countries here: Egypt, 100 million people. I think 110 million people now in Egypt. Iran, 80 million people. Nigeria, 200 million people. Nicaragua, that's a small country. Argentina, 40 million people. Algeria, 40 million people. Senegal, around 20 million people. Indonesia, around 260 million people. And Thailand, around 60 million people. I think it's around 70 million people. 70 million people in Thailand. And also around 20 million in Kazakhstan. And also another like 30 million in Afghanistan. Okay, this is the end of the American world order. Especially Saudi Arabia, which used to be America's big ally. Okay, America's most important ally in the Middle East is probably behind Israel and Turkey. Okay, the country that basically was America's bro is now said we're siding with Russia. And the funny thing is, if they join BRICS, they'll be in the same alliance as Iran, because both Iran and Saudi Arabia have applied to join BRICS. Both of them. Okay, both of them. Which means Iran and Saudi Arabia will be in the same alliance, economic alliance then. Which means they'll both have to work together, even if they hate each other. But it's still better than being on the same side as Joe Biden. It's still better on the same side as Rishi Sunak, that's the guy of the UK, or Macron, or all these, establishment leaders in the EU. The old world order is dying, as we all know. The old world order is dying, and all of these countries are joining BRICS, or have applied to join BRICS. They have basically, as well, and Algeria is seen the first country. Algeria is the first country to join BRICS. Algeria is the first country. And BRICS is basically going to compete with G7, because I don't think Russia or China on G7. I think G7 was like Canada, USA, France, UK, Germany, and Japan. I think China's in G7. I could look at I think G7. Yeah, it's mostly the Western world. It's only Western countries. It's only Western countries in the EU. Okay? So, BRICS is the counter to that. You have China, India, and Russia, and Brazil as the largest economies, and then you have Saudi Arabia, Iran. Okay, BRICS is basically going to be the end to the petrodollar, the American empire. Okay, and the NATO empire, the EU empire, the WEF, the World Economic Forum, and all that stuff, because these countries are basically saying, no, we are doing what we want. And the longer the West continues to ignore this, the longer the West continues to ignore and spiral down in control, these countries are basically creating these countries are basically going to become a safe haven for the economic world. These countries are seeing that Russia and China are the economic future and not the West. These countries are going away from the West, and I think they're gone forever. And I wouldn't be surprised over the next year to see more and more countries leave to join BRICS, because some of these countries are very big economies. But yeah, BRICS is mostly in Asia and some in Latin America and Africa. It's mostly Asian countries. But yeah, even countries that are supposedly American allies are joining BRICS, like Indonesia and Saudi Arabia and Thailand. Okay, the end of the American world is here, and we're going to realize that Putin is winning. Putin is winning. He has gained all of, because yes, he's not really in the West, of course, with the West, of course, but Putin is going, but the West doesn't really have much population compared to the rest of the world. Putin already has China and India on his side. He has Brazil. I wouldn't be surprised if rule solely won through Chinese and Russian funding to keep Brazil in line, obviously. Because China wants wins, Russia gets as well. Because China and Russia are working together. If you are not living under a rock, obviously, they're both working together. Of course, India and South Africa. Algeria seems to be the first country that's going to be joining BRICS. I wanted to keep the name BRICS, or to call it like a BRICS. But then I have to put like Iran, Afghanistan, Kazakhstan, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Indonesia, Thailand, Nigeria, Senegal, Nicaragua, and Argentina. Okay, all these countries are joining BRICS. Are likely going to join BRICS. These are the proposed expansion as well. And basically, these countries will have the same power as G7. G7 still has more power than BRICS. Yes, China and Russia have large economic, but Europe still has most of the economic influence. But even Europe's economic influence is waning because Russia basically has influence over Europe's economy. Basically, it's the final say of who gets gas in Europe, because Europe is relying on Russian gas, and Joe Biden's not doing anything. And all these countries are creating a currency that's backed by, of course, precious metals and other things. And we're seeing the end of the old world order as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if the end of NATO means the rise of BRICS, the rise of this world order as well. And the West has nothing but themselves to blame as well. And even a country like Turkey might join BRICS as well. Okay? As we call it, BRICS Plus. Yeah, countries like Turkey are betraying America. Turkey has an inflation crisis like way worse than we do, because Turkey has basically becoming, as well, and most countries are leaving America behind. And they're creating a new global reserve currency. Afghanistan, Algeria, Argentina, Egypt, Indonesia, Iran, Kazakhstan, Nicaragua, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, Senegal, Thailand, United Arab Emirates are all countries that are likely leaving to join BRICS. They're leaving and also OPEC is basically saying F you to America. So this is all very bad news for America. And they also have potential members later like Turkey, joining as well, which is very, very bad for America, because Turkey is one of America's allies, part of NATO, and Turkey might join as well. Okay. Well, so these are all the countries that might join BRICS as well. And most of these countries are joining because they don't want to be on America's side. They want to leave America and basically create a non-Western world market as well. And create a new supply chain away from the West. And yeah, that's basically what this video. Goodbye.